Welcome back to my channel. I am your favorite mama of three, Bougie Vintage, and today's video is a Be With The Tea. Run the intro, Jalen. This video is brought to you by Seagrams. Not really, but if Seagrams wants to hit me up, hey. Now y'all, I've been gone for a minute, but now I'm back with the jump off, okay? Thought it was Little Kim. I haven't done a Be With The Tea in forever, but I'm here because the tea is teaing. Okay, there's so much that has happened that I have not lent my opinion on, and I just feel like, girl, I owe you guys a Be With The Tea. And I know my drink looks damn good. It's pretty much the Seagrams Escapes Peach Bellini with some Grace strawberry syrup in the bottom and some ice. Top tier. Anyway. But she's not a bartender. Anyway, you guys, let's jump right into this because there is a lot of topics to cover and I want to keep the video short, but it's probably not going to happen. So just put your seatbelt on and enjoy the ride, okay? So the first thing I wanted to touch on is this Harriet Tubman debacle, okay? If you don't know what I'm talking about, you probably heard a few years ago that they were going to put Harriet Tubman, the Harriet Tubman, on some paper money in the United States of America. I don't remember what year they announced that Harriet Tubman was going on. I believe the $20 bill, but for whatever reason, there's been ample pushback. I personally don't think that it's really pushback. I feel like they're just giving y'all the runaround. Like they're not gonna ever put her on the $20 bill. Because let me tell you something about something. In Canada, they didn't even really announce that our $10 bill was gonna change, but our $10 bill changed and there's a black woman on our $10 bill. And that happened actually around the same time that they announced that Harriet Tubman was going on the $20 bill. So in Canada, on our $10 bill, we have Viola Desmond. And I will insert a picture of, what, not me girl, but Jalen's gonna insert a picture of Viola Desmond and our $10 bill.
Like a Taylor Swift?
They put out this new design in 2018. It is now 2023. And surely over time, we just started seeing these new $10 bills circulate. So I personally do not feel like it takes any amount of supreme effort to put somebody's face on some money. I don't think it takes rocket science to figure it out and why there's so much pushback with the Harriet Tubman bill. I personally feel like there's pushback because they don't really want to do it. Okay, because if they wanted to do it, they would have did it and surprised y'all. Surprise! Here's Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill, but they're not doing that. The people that are supposed to make this change to the money are alleging that the reason that there's so much pushback on it because they pushed it back to 2030. That's literally 7 years from now. It's 2023. They pushed it back to 2030 saying that they don't want counterfeit bills circulating and so they're trying to come up with a design idea. Baby, the first problem is y'all money is still made out of paper. That's the first problem. Our money is made out of plastic. So yes, we have fake bills circulating, but they're very obvious because the type of paper or plastic that they use to create our money at home is like, I don't know, it's kind of cool. And it's scented, like, I don't know. Anyway, either which way, they're lying to y'all. I feel like y'all are never gonna get the $20 bill, but if you guys do, I'm gonna eat my words, I'm gonna come back and I'll apologize. But I really feel like you're just giving black people the runaround. And maybe Harriet Tubman is causing the chaos because she don't want to be put on the same money that was used to enslave the people. Could that be it? Could the ancestors be preventing the money from Harriet's face from being put on the money? Because it's not like the money is going to benefit our people or the American people, the black American people at the end of the day. The economy or the system is still used to hold American people back, black people in America back and down. So her being on the money really doesn't make a difference outside of the fact that she should be on the money because black people built America. So they're giving y'all the runaround and it's probably never gonna happen, so don't hold your breath. Now, on the topic of don't hold your breath, somebody by the name of Danny Lay needed to be doing a breathalyzer before she got into her car and got hit with a DUI. I mean, I don't know why people get behind the wheel when they're clearly intoxicated. Like, see me? I'm probably just gonna sleep wherever I'm at. But like, if I know I'm going out to drink, I'm just not gonna drive. You know what I mean? I'll take an Uber. There's too many options available. There's Uber, there's taxis, there's designated drivers, there's call your mama, call your daddy, call whoever, okay? There's so many options. I mean, you're rich, and it's always the rich people getting the DUIs anyway. But you're rich, you got options, you even got a celebrity baby daddy. Why are you getting behind the wheel when you're intoxicated? Like, make it make sense. And they allege that they had to literally flag her down, run her down, because she drugged the man, okay? Like, people's lives get lost every single day because of drunk drivers, and it's just completely irresponsible. I have no sympathy for anybody that decides to get behind the wheel of a car knowing that they're intoxicated. I have never, and I will never. Now, summer's coming, and obviously, majority of us single folk are gonna be outside. Well, I'll tell you who's not gonna be outside. Jada Waita. Jada Waita is allegedly pregnant, girl. First of all, I don't know why there was so much debate in the comments when she popped out with this, what was it, a nighttime routine I think she did? She must have posted like a nighttime routine or something like that on TikTok. And on the calendar, there was an appointment there for the OBGYN. But I don't even know how people saw that, okay? Because y'all is doing too much. Like, how much zooming in did you have to do to even see that? Because I was reading the comments and I'm like, OBGYN, what is everybody talking about? I was looking at her stomach. When I saw her stomach and just the way that it looked, and being that I am, of course, a mother of 3. So when I see a pregnant belly, I just be knowing, okay? So when I saw the pregnant belly, I'm like, is she announcing that she's having another baby? Is it little baby's little baby? Like, you know what I mean? And so when I saw her stomach, I automatically could see that it was not some bloat, okay? Because I be getting bloated and my tummy don't look like that. Then again, my tummy is not looking like Jada Waita's even when it's not bloated. So so like I can't really compare my stomach to, you know, her stomach. But when I looked at her stomach, I'm like, that does not look like a bloated stomach. That looks like she's pregnant. So then when I started reading the comments and I saw that people were talking about the OBGYN, I went back to look for this OBGYN on the calendar and I saw, yeah, oh my God, yeah, it does say OBGYN on there. Now, there's a debate in the comments about, so y'all only go to the OBGYN when you're pregnant? And actually, yeah. Like, I don't know why this is even a debate. Only other time that I would be going to the gynecologist is if I have to get a pap smear. But because of when I've had my children, so in Ontario, so where I'm from, you only have to get a pap every 3 years, okay? It used to be every 2 years, but now it's every 3 years. So I wouldn't need to get one until after my last child turns 3. You typically do not visit the OBGYN regularly. And if you are, then maybe something's wrong with your coochie, but like, I can't relate, girl. I don't know why anybody would be going to the OB unless they are pregnant or trying to conceive or something along those lines, right? Or if they're, you know, it usually has to do with pregnancy, because you would actually just go to a gynecologist if it's just for the cooch, okay? But if you're going to the OBGYN, then you're probably pregnant. Now, I don't know if she has confirmed the pregnancy or not, but it looked like she wanted everybody to see that she was pregnant. She was wearing something that was clearly showing her tummy. I don't know if she's denied being pregnant. And usually what happens with these celebrities is they don't deny the pregnancy if they are indeed pregnant. They just leave your mind to wander and then they pop out later with their maternity shoot, which it is nobody's business. But if she wanted the attention, then just say, I'm having a baby. I mean, I don't know why the theatrics have to go in behind it. Like, just come out and say, I'm having a baby. Or don't post, you know, go into hiding, bust a Kylie Jenner, you know, bust a me. But like, just go into hiding, girl. Don't be trying to like create chaos or pandemonium and have people guessing and then say it's nobody's business. Girl, what? That doesn't even make any sense. It really doesn't. So I think she's pregnant. So she will not be outside this summer because she is going to be giving birth, or she's not giving birth this summer. Her tummy looked like, I don't know. Her stomach, her natural stomach is really flat, so she could be damn 6 months and we would never know, okay? But she ain't gonna be drinking this summer, I tell you that. She ain't gonna be outside with us single ladies. She's not. Sorry about it. But that's okay, because guess what? Kayla Nicole is gonna be outside with us. She left the kids over at their pappy. The kids are over at the pappies, okay? She said that she and her man got a divorce, which is cool, or divorcing, whatever, and kids are living over there. I mean, it's not unheard of, but if the kids are happy, healthy, and thriving, if that's the better option for them, then that's a better option for them. People are calling her a deadbeat, but realistically, she's not really considered a deadbeat unless she's not there for the children, where there is no information to support that. So I'm not really sure why these men are calling her a deadbeat for leaving the children with their father, if that is a safe environment for them to be in and she's still actively in their lives. It's just weird that a woman would do that, you know, but we don't know the circumstances as to why she did it. We don't know if it's because she wants to live her best life child-free. We don't know what it is. Until then, we can't call her a deadbeat. But if she's still providing for the kids and she's still actively there, or if they split the custody, girl, I don't freaking know. Okay, it's none of my damn business. I got my own woes to worry about. I've been sharing my tea with y'all. I can't put myself in those shoes. I can't, because I just, that wouldn't be the right situation for my kids. But my kids are not her kids and her kids are not my kids. So, you know, I can't really compare apples to oranges. If that's okay with her, I mean, if she like it, I love it. You know what I mean? If she like it, I love it. I think that kids definitely need their mom. They need their dad as well. But like, if she, girl, I don't know. I think more women would like to do what she did, but unfortunately don't have the right partner or ex-partner that they could do that with. You know what I mean? Because obviously women need a break too, but Kayla is the breadwinner of her household. She was always the breadwinner. So if the kids live in there is the better option so that she can continue to be the breadwinner and yada yada yada, then that's what it is. But of course she's gonna get judgment for it, because as moms we are looked at as where the children should stay and be and yada yada yada, and I personally agree with it. But hey, it is what it is. Beyonce would never. That's why Blue Ivy's on stage with Beyonce, okay? Is bring your kids to work with you. See, I be bringing my kids to work. Tomorrow I won't be though. Tomorrow's supposed to be a fun day, okay? I'm so excited about tomorrow, but y'all will see that in the vlog when you see it in the vlog. My kids will not be there, okay? They will be at home. But I feel like you could do both. I don't feel like you have to, you know, hand over the kids to live your best life. And that's why Blue Ivy's on that stage killing it, okay? She's doing the dance, but she has this way about her. She's so like chill. I feel like she gives like her dad's energy. She like gives like, she's not a dancer, but she got a move or two in her, and she's keeping up with not the choreographer. Well, obviously she's keeping up with the choreographer, and she's keeping up with the other dancers on stage, but she just has this lackadaisical, nonchalant, that's the word. She has this nonchalant vibe about her, and when she's dancing it looks very nonchalant. And Blue Ivy's also very tall and lanky almost, so I think people were giving her hell, but I think she's doing the damn thing. Are y'all on the stage with Beyonce? I think not. Okay, so shout out to Blue Ivy one time, and shout out to Mama B, because obviously if you have a child and you can bring them, you know, into your atmosphere, into your in work environment, workspace, and teach them those great things so that they're not just, I don't know, spoiled little rich kids, then you do that. She ought to teach her daughter the business, okay? What if Blue Ivy can sing and one day can take over her mom's business? Like, that's great. Now we're going from Blue Ivy to Blueface and Krishan. I cannot believe the saga has not ended. In fact, it is expanding, because obviously you guys know Krishan really is actually pregnant.
Miss Jackson.
She's having Blueface's baby, and the drama has been nonstop and exhausting actually. Now, Blueface and Krishan love triangle, which actually involves a lot of triangulation between Krishan, Blueface, and Jade Alexis, or sorry, between Jade Alexis and Krishan. There's lots of triangulation there because he swings back and forth between the two women. And obviously, when things are bad with Krishan, he's over there with Jade and Alexis. When things are good with Jade and Alexis, they're bad with Krishan. And when things are, you know what I'm trying to say, vice versa, okay? Now he uses them against each other. And Krishan, now that she's pregnant and can't drink and is of sober mind, because realistically when her and Blueface were together it was a lot of destruction because of alcoholism, and so based on that he was able to manipulate her further and abuse her more because of the alcohol influence, or the influence of alcohol constantly being there. But when she got pregnant and the alcohol went out the window, she can actually function in society as a normal human being. Yes, they are now going to have a child together, and you know, God bless that child, but I'm thinking that the child and Krishan will hopefully be able to go over there and be over there, and Krishan will be able to put up certain boundaries so that the relationship with Blueface can be what it's supposed to be. If it's just business, if it's, you know, well obviously it can't just be just business when they have a whole child now, but like it won't be so problematic. Now we have seen Blueface and Jade and Alexis and their parenting style, kind of, and like the other day Blueface's child was actually acting out while going shopping.
You're probably like those, the Bart Simpson ones.
Yeah, but I'm fucking with you.
That's Spice, right?
I'm fucking with you. Yeah.
That's how you feeling? Alright.
You know, people had a lot to say about it. They were saying the child obviously is having issues communicating his needs, and he's obviously suffering in some way and is acting out because of it, which could possibly be true. But Blueface is just, I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. Y'all know what I'm gonna call this man. It's plain and obvious, but he disrespects the women and they allow him. So right now with his first baby mother, it's almost like she don't know any better, because they've been together since the beginning of time, like since probably high school, and they've been together for 10 years, I think. She's his first everything, or he's her first everything, and she is attached to him in a way different way. They have years, and he has already made it clear that the baby will be staying with her once Krishan has the baby. And that's of course if Krishan allows that, which she probably is going to because of work. But personally, I don't think that's a good idea, because any kind of resentment that's there could be taken out on that child, whether Jade and Alexis plans to do that or not. You know, we don't know what she would do to the baby if she's upset or whatever. You just never know, because at the end of the day, what we do know about mental and emotional abuse, which she's clearly suffered, is that it alters your brain chemistry. So we don't know what goes on behind closed doors, but if Krishan is smart, she would not be leaving her baby with Miss Jade and Alexis. And that's not to say Jade and Alexis would do anything to the child, but it's just the better bet and the safer bet that she does not involve Jade and Alexis into the parenting arena, because it's not like Blueface and Jade and Alexis are married. Okay, it's not like Jade and Alexis and Blueface are meeting after Krishan and Blueface have been together, blah, 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 blah. No, there's a lot of problems in that situation already. And adding to a toxic situation is not going to make it better. You have to subtract, okay? And I'm hoping that that's what happens, but like, the fact that she's really having a baby is beyond me. Girl, if I knew I was gonna be talking about babies this damn long. People called CPS and I think the fire department to Nicki Minaj's house over false claims of child endangerment and what, like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? I couldn't imagine somebody said, like, well, I don't have to imagine it because they did it to me too. But it wasn't like random people on the internet. I don't know what would have been worse, girl. But like, they're doing this new thing called swatting, where crazy fans find out where you live and they send those people to your house with false claims. And actually, a girl on TikTok, the first time I heard of this was this girl on TikTok from actually Toronto, and she was saying that the fire department first came to her house for a wellness check, and she was confused because it was like, maybe I think she said 2 or 4 in the morning, and like she's like dozing off, going to sleep, and the fire department came and everybody's confused, and then she went back to bed, and then a couple hours later the freaking police showed up for the same thing, but the police were extremely disrespectful and like doing the most and like putting their foot in her door. They wouldn't let her close her door, like all kinds of stuff. So somebody knew her address and called, and they told her they can't tell her who called and blah, 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 which is some bull. Okay, because now if you're here and I'm telling you I'm fine, I literally am going to bed because I got work tomorrow, and y'all are over here disturbing me, and you guys are telling me you can't tell me who called to do a wellness check when I haven't spoken to anybody, and to tell them that I'm not feeling the greatest. Like, I'm confused. And so if people find out where you live based on just like your surroundings or whatever, and they do this, it's called swatting. Now they did it to Nicki Minaj, and I think they're doing it to a whole bunch of different celebrities, but it's giving bling ring all over again, except it's not robberies. But like, this is so dangerous, especially when it comes to black people. Like, you cannot send the police to no black lady house. Do you guys not watch the news? Have you guys not seen the protest? Like, what? And whether she's Nicki Minaj or not is irrelevant, because there are people in the world, believe it or not, that don't know who the hell Nicki Minaj is. Like, they could have sent police to this lady's house, 2 white cops, they have no idea who the hell this lady is, and for, you know, she's getting gunned down. Like, what is this? Why would you do that? That's so crazy to me. And Papa Bear is not being abused. Like, what is wrong with people? So I think that's absolutely insane that anybody would ever do that. And Nicki said she's planning to sue once she gets to the bottom of who did what, and I don't blame her. Cause, are you dumb? And on the topic of are you dumb, Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice are back at it again, okay? First of all, Nicki just dropped Pound Town 2. I'm out of town, thugging with my rounds. Yeah.
Boy cake all the time.
Huh?
Boy cake.
Cake?
Yeah, boy cake.
Oh, bullet cake?
Yeah.
That's what you had?
Yeah.
I thought you offered her chocolate. I'm out of town, thugging with my rounds. Look, we're talking about babies. The baby's heard and showed up. Now you finna show out. Johnny.
No, do.
But that's not that. This is Baby Shark. That's
Baby shark, that's
Baby Shark.
Mommy
Shark.
Daddy
Daddy Shark.
shark,
Daddy Shark.
Mama.
Grandma Shark. As I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by the baby brigade. Nicki and Ice Spice are collaborating again. So Nicki and Ice Spice dropped Princess Diana remix. Then Nicki came back with Pound Town 2, and now Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice are collaborating again. Now, obviously, Nicki's taking Ice Spice under her wing for whatever reason, and I'm thinking she's gonna help push Ice Spice's career. And so now, Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice are collaborating again on a song for the Barbie movie soundtrack, which is crazy. This is gonna do, I think, amazing things for obviously Ice Spice's career. Obviously, Ice Spice they're teaming up with Taylor Swift, which is so random, but then that drama with Taylor Swift's racist boyfriend, girl, a mess. Okay, if I was Ice Spice, I wouldn't have been on the stage with Taylor Swift. I would have made some noise about that, but that's why I'm not Ice Spice. That's why I'm not Ice Spice. Ice Spice is playing her cards right, but realistically, I wouldn't have showed up and I would have made a statement on my Instagram. I would have turned down the opportunity because of the Taylor Swift's boyfriend issue and the racist things that he was saying, and whoever he was on the podcast with. That was a mess. Okay, but we ain't talking about that today. Okay, what we're talking about today is the fact that Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice are sampling Aqua's original Barbie Girl song, and it's kind of sounding similar to Princess Diana, only because the drill beat can get very redundant, and so I think the sample itself is hot, but we don't want the sound to just keep sounding the same. So I think Ice Spice and Nicki Minaj are doing like a back and forth, kind of the same way that Bia and Nicki Minaj did the back and forth on their record. But I mean, I'm excited to see where Ice Spice's career goes because she's very unproblematic, you know, and she knows how to take a joke. She knows that there's people out there that like her and some people that don't like her. Personally, she's not like my favorite rapper of all time. I don't really care for Ice Spice's music, but there's something about Ice Spice that's refreshing. And so I love it for her. You know, I love that she's able to par with Nicki and do the damn thing. A lot of girls wish they could be in that position and they're not. Now, of course, it wouldn't be a tea video if we were not talking about Miss Nicki Minaj, would it? Okay, so I think that the girls that were featured on what's that song Nicki did with all the girls? Girl, see, we don't even remember. Girl, now I'm speaking for everybody. Whatever song that was is long gone and done. Ice Spice's was hot right now, and I think honestly, Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice collaboratively can help each other's careers, because for whatever reason, Nicki Minaj's career, though she has all her accolades and she has all the things of the things of the things, okay, like Jalen would say, although she has everything and then some going for her, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's a black ball, pink ball, green ball, girl, something is happening where Nicki Minaj is concerned, where people are not receiving her the same way we used to, you know? And so I think with persistence and the right people, she can climb out of whatever hellhole that she has been put in. And so I want to see where their relationship is going to go, honestly, because baby, people are friends with Nicki Minaj one week and the next week is not giving that. So I don't know what's going to happen with like Ice Spice and Nicki Minaj, but I'm hopeful for them. I mean, if we look at the whole horoscope thing, Ice Spice is a Virgo and Nicki Minaj is a Sagittarius, so this could go good or bad. Could go good or bad, girl. We'll see what happens in the long run, but I'm all here for it. So shout out to Ice Spice one time for the one time, because baby, there's a lot of people out here that wish they could be on a soundtrack for the Barbie movie. Like, I don't think people get how big this is. Like, this is actually huge that Ice Spice is just coming out. She's fresh, and you know, honestly, if she didn't have the Annie wig, and if the first song that was trending on TikTok didn't do what it did on TikTok, we probably wouldn't be seeing much of her. But because of the little orange afro and like her whole sound, like Ice Spice just came through and did the damn thing, okay? So whether you like her sound or not is really irrelevant, because one thing about it is she gonna pop. Now, when they start calling her industry plant, I'm not gonna be surprised. Now, on the topic of coming out of nowhere, let's talk about Chloe for a second, because Chloe obviously had a baby via surrogate, which was crazy in itself. Because Tristan Thompson had already been highly problematic. The Jordan situation happened. Chloe was with him, then she wasn't with him, then she was with him, then she wasn't with him, and she was out here in these streets looking crazy, okay? So when Chloe was back with Tristan for the last time, and then he cheated again, and the other lady, Marley Nichols or whatever the freak her name was, sorry if that's the wrong person, girl, I'm going off of memory, okay? When that lady popped out with Tristan's baby and the Snapchat debacle, Girl, that should have been Chloe's last straw. But instead of leaving him way behind her, she decided to go forth with the surrogacy despite knowing that this man was gonna have a baby on her. And it really boggled my mind because of the timeline. Because when that news broke, everybody was putting the timeline together like, okay, so she found out about the baby that he was having before she brought the sperm and the egg actually to the surrogate. It was almost like, you know those baby mamas that tried to one up each other? Like they keep having a baby for the same nigga after each other, Tara and Amina. And everybody's trying to have the last laugh kind of thing. Even though Tristan had explicitly told that lady he's not going to be a part of the child's life, which is crazy. Okay, because deadbeat AF. But like, the fact that she knew about this lady and then still went out and had the surrogacy done and then now is saying that it's been hard for her to connect with the baby, that's because you didn't have it for the right reasons. I'm so sorry. Like, that's crazy. That's absolutely insane. Most people that are having a baby through surrogacy don't do it because of vanity reasons, because they don't want to stretch their body out again or do whatever the frig they did the first time, or because they're jealous or whatever the case may be. People that use the surrogate route usually don't have a choice. Okay, they usually had complications. Like Kim, she had, was it her second pregnancy? Her second pregnancy, her baby was breech. She had complications when she was pregnant. So when she went forth and used a surrogate, it made sense. Okay, she already had two naturally. She had to go back to the drawing board and use surrogacy for the last two babies. Other celebrities use surrogates a lot because some people can't carry. Some women have waited well into their careers and it's not safe for them to, you know, carry. Unless you're Janet Jackson, okay? Because a Taurus woman, one thing a Taurus woman's gonna do is the damn thing. And so Janet Jackson was 51 and she carried her own child. Okay, some people can do it and some people can't, and that's okay. But where Chloe was concerned, I don't know if the right reasons were there for the surrogacy to begin with. So now she's having trouble connecting with the child, or at least while they were filming the show, she was having trouble connecting with the child because she's also having a baby for a man that was constantly disrespecting her, and she had the child via surrogacy. So any type of mental issues that are there, emotional issues or blockages that are there are going to remain there. So of course it's going to be hard for her to connect with the baby. But like most of the other people, and you know, correct me if I'm wrong, okay, because I ain't never had a baby via surrogacy, so what the hell do I know? Okay, but like when I look at people's surrogacy journeys, I've not seen anybody talk about them having trouble connecting with their child, because even if you are a mother that is using a surrogate and you want to nurse your child, then when you take the baby home from the hospital and you do skin to skin with the baby and you start trying to make the baby latch, your body will naturally produce milks in some cases, right? And so even if you're an adoptive mother and you adopt a brand new baby and you do skin to skin, for whatever reason, God has it so that that will happen. Your body will understand what's going on and you don't have to actually carry a baby to nurse it. That's why they used to use wet nurses back in like slave times, and like, you know, after slavery, people had wet nurses in their house that were able to nurse the baby when the mama was asleep. Okay, so you don't have to carry to nurse or to connect with the baby. To me, if you are going to go the surrogacy route, you're gonna be so like, that's your baby in that person's belly. So to me, you're gonna be forever communicating with the person, connecting with the person, you know, talking to the baby while it's in the surrogate's tummy. And it's not like she didn't have the money to be around the lady all the damn time. Whether she was or not, I don't know. But like, it's so odd to me that she's struggling in that, you know, way to not connect with the baby. But I think there was just a lot of factors that went into that pregnancy that probably shouldn't have been there, and now it's disastrous, you know. So hopefully she figures it out, because that sucks for not just her but the baby as well. Now, if you are a mom and you've used surrogacy, what's your experience? Have you struggled to connect with your baby that was born via surrogacy, or are you just so excited to get your baby home like you can't even fathom how somebody could not connect with the baby after somebody else gave birth to it, especially if it's your eggs? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I just couldn't imagine. Because people be connecting with dogs, okay? Like, people really be connecting with dogs and cats and pet gerbils and hamsters, and people be loving them like they're their own. So I'm kind of perplexed how you couldn't connect with a baby, but you could connect with a dog. Make it make sense to me. Honestly, this video is gonna have to have something about a baby in the title, because all these baby issues. At this point, I don't know if I should talk about Chica versus Zonique, or Gunplay and the Rick Ross situation with the GoFundMe. Let's start with Chica and Zonique. Ciao. So I think over the last few years, Chica has had a tough time navigating this Hollywood thing. And I think we've spilled over into knowing more about Chica in some type of drama versus her music, which sucks because Chica is a really talented artist. And so people are starting to, I guess, lack sympathy for her because she is diagnosed bipolar, right? So the other day she was on an airplane, okay, and she was flying first class, and it looked like Zonique's child was in first class as well, but it was causing a ruckus on a red-eye flight, girl. Now, I don't know if this situation got blown out of proportion or not. Y'all tell me what you think. But pretty much, Chica was ranting on Twitter. She must have thought it was 2009. Okay, because in 2009, you could have put that rant out, girl. Wouldn't nobody care? Nobody would have cared. But that is not, it's not giving that for 2023. So pretty much, if Chica had just wrote that in her journal at home or put it in her notes and that she was upset, nobody would have batted an eye because nobody would have known. But she was having a manic episode on the airplane when the children were on there disturbing her sleep. And she tweeted out a bunch of things that were inappropriate, I guess. And the general public was not too pleased and they began dragging her. Little did she know it was Zonique's child that was on the plane or on the flight with her because apparently Zonique wasn't on the flight. It was her nanny or something with the baby. So they didn't really go back and forth, but Zonique tweeted something after the fact, and then Chica also tweeted something, but Chica's pretty much saying like, I'm not gonna apologize for saying what I said. I said what I said, okay? And she's not sorry that she said it, she's just sorry that y'all saw it. I don't even think she's sorry that you guys saw it. Like, I don't know, baby. Chica was not feeling the kids on the flight. Now, I look at it from a few different perspectives. When I too was young and childless, crying baby gonna piss me the hell off, okay? But now that I'm a mom, a crying baby still pisses me the hell off, okay? Like, my babies be crying and I'd be like, can y'all just stop? Can we all just not cry? Like, can we not cry? Because babies be crying for everything and anything. Now, my children just have flown on a plane for the first time. Zonique's kids probably always on the damn plane. But I was in first class with my kids, and one thing that Chica said, which I'm going off of memory, that stood out to me was something about going into economy. But baby, that's the last place you want to be with your kids. So in economy, when you're traveling with children, especially if you're traveling with more than one child, it's not given that for you. Okay, especially if the kids are very young. You want more space and also, you know, more comfort away from people because it can be overwhelming also for children to be around so many strange faces in a small compact area, okay? Because economy is giving sardines sometimes, and you don't really want that. There's a lot of different reasons that you would go into first class with your children. Now, for me personally, I'm never gonna be with my kids on a red-eye flight unless it's emergency, but I understand your sleep getting disturbed, but it's a public place, so we can't really be that upset. I mean, if you can't fly private, it is what it is. Like, it is what it is. So I understand it from the perspective of being frustrated, of losing sleep, because maybe I'd be getting mad when I don't get enough sleep. But I also understand the need to be seated in business class or first class when you're traveling with small children. And we can't really be telling people which tickets to buy. Unless you're gonna buy the ticket for me, please don't suggest to me where I need to be sitting with my kids. Like, now, if you are on a long drive with your children, or if you've ever been on a long drive with your children, you know they get antsy. But even if they're sat in economy and they're hollering and screaming and crying and carrying on because of their ears popping or whatever the case may be, you know, you're gonna hear it up in first class. So you're probably still gonna be annoyed. It doesn't really matter where they're sitting on the plane. The plane is only so big, right? So it would have still been a disturbance. But I think that people need to realize this is just not the day and age that you could just tweet anything you want and nobody's gonna like check you for it, because they're gonna check you. And you know, the way you respond to the checking is gonna matter. And so I think sometimes it's better to just not say anything. And in Chica's situation, I feel like, yeah, maybe she should have just left it alone and not said anything. But she is very clear on she's not apologizing for what she said, because she's not gonna take it back. It was already put out there and she's not taking it back. She said what she said. She's not apologizing for it, and she wants everybody to move on. But hopefully it was a learning experience for her, because the people are on her neck. And the people are also on Gunplay's neck, as they should be, because Gunplay was over there giving Rick Ross something for his neck. Girl, what is going on? So if you don't know this situation, girl, you've been living under a rock. Pretty much, Gunplay, semi-famous rapper, okay? To me, he's a famous rapper, okay? I used to listen to Gunplay, but he went from Gunplay to Love and Hip Hop, and now he's at GoFundMe. But let's take it back a bit. So Rick Ross and DJ Envy from the Breakfast Club were beefing over a car show. And it was very petty and it was online. Rick Ross was saying stuff about DJ Envy's wife and pickleball, I think. Girl, it was a lot. It was a lot. Or was it ping pong? No, pickleball polisher. I think it was. Rick Ross is crazy. That beef then rolled over into Gunplay having a conversation with DJ Envy and Charlamagne the God. Somewhere in that mess, Gunplay's child, his daughter, fell ill or was already ill, and Gunplay's wife panicked and posted that they needed money for a GoFundMe. Now, I see this a lot deeper than most people can probably see the situation of what I think was really going on behind the scenes, where the money situation was concerned, where Gunplay's wife decided to take it to social media. We'll get into that in a second. Gunplay's wife posted that they need help for their daughter because she needs surgery of whatever, and so she posted the GoFundMe link and they were asking for thousands of dollars from the commoners, okay? Now, celebrities need to stop asking broke people, semi-broke people, people that are doing okay, when y'all are rich at the yin and on TV and all these things and living flashy lifestyles and blinging it up. Girl, y'all need to stop asking the people for the money, because the craziest part is when the people are given a good enough sob story, they will take their hard-earned monies and give it to the celebrities. Me, it's not happening. But people do it. Now, this is exactly what happened. They post a GoFundMe link. It starts accumulating money. Then apparently Rick Ross ends up paying for the daughter's surgery. In my mind, I'm thinking, well, why didn't they just go to him first? Or did they go to him first? But because he didn't give the money, or maybe he told them to figure it out, or was giving the runaround, girl, I don't know what happened behind the scenes. If they had too much pride to go to him, I don't know. But if they didn't go to him first, or they did go to him and he said no or something, and then they posted the GoFundMe link, and then to not look bad because people were probably in Rick Ross's comments like, why aren't you taking care of Gunplay's daughter? Gunplay needs money, isn't he your artist? All these things. Of course he's gonna come up out of pocket for the surgery. So that he did. And Rick Ross paid for whatever Gunplay's daughter needed. Great on Rick Ross. Well, a week later, I think, Gunplay is posting a video gifting Rick Ross some animal shelter chain like this big, blinged out like rapper jewelry, obviously. Just an ignorant piece of jewelry, very ignorant. And Rick Ross is laying in the bed accepting this gift. Rick Ross is not a real person. I'm sorry. He is not a real, this man is AI. Okay, so like he gets this gift from Gunplay. And so everybody is like spinning now. All the people that donated are gagging because they're like, wait damn minute now. I gave you my last $5 and you're over here spending it on the bling bling? What's going on? And so me personally, when I'm watching it go down, I am eating popcorn.
I just wanted to get you something, man, as an appreciation, my brother.
My dog for life.
You know what I'm saying? Just for everything, man. Just for being a boss. And just, you know, okay, let me get this all set up. Alright. So, you know, come on now. Alright. So, you know, I got animal shelter as my vibe, you know what I'm saying?
Believe that.
So we're gonna go ahead on and rock the ooh la 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 la.
Animal shelter, you already know what it is.
The celebrities are forever swindling y'all. Anytime a rich person posts and says, I have a GoFundMe link, please donate to it. Or my friend has a GoFundMe link, please donate to it. You are a celebrity. Rich people don't like to pay for nothing themselves, let me tell you, okay? They don't like to pay for their own stuff because they're so used to getting stuff for free, okay? The more money you have, the more free stuff you get. It makes no sense because really the people that need the free stuff are the people that don't have no damn money. But rich people get gifted so much stuff just for being beautiful, just for being talented, just for being themselves, okay? Rich people get so much free stuff. And so fans, people, random people started donating to the GoFundMe. This man turns around, buys a chain, and then people are like really upset and they start calling him out like, wait a second, if you didn't have money for your daughter's surgery, how you got money for a bus stop? What is going on here? Is it cubic zirconia and silver or stainless steel? Is it not real? What are you gifting Rick Ross, but you needed my $5 for your daughter's surgery? I'm confused. And on top of that, Rick Ross covered the surgery, so actually you guys should be telling people, take your money back. But that's not what happened. They thought they were gonna get away with it, and that's not what happened at all. What happened was people started going into that GoFundMe and snatching their coins back because apparently if you donate to GoFundMe, you have within 90 days to get a refund. And so people started doing that, taking their money back. Well, Mr. Gunplay got on his little podcast and started dragging folk, okay? He started telling them they ain't ish, and they gonna die ain't ish. I'm sorry. He is dragging the folk, telling the people like they are nothing and they won't ever be nothing and they didn't really give it with their heart. No, sir. You don't need the money. The people need their money back because you got a bust down. That's your own fault because the people wouldn't have asked for the refund if you didn't go out there and buy no damn chain. And he's trying to say, how could I have used the GoFundMe money if you got a refund back instantly? It's just something called a hold on the money, sir. So you might not have used it to buy the chain, but that also lets people know, okay, so you had the money for the chain, so you could have had the money for the surgery. Keep in mind, Gunplay is also wearing the bust down. Okay, he has all kinds of jewelry. First thing you're supposed to do is go to the pawn shop. And if that's not enough, then you ask the family and the friends. And then when you're done with the family and the friends, if they still ain't got enough for the surgery, then you go to the public as a last resort, not a first resort, because 1 + 1 is not equaling 2. Either way, if you had the money to buy this man a bust down without the help from the GoFundMe for the daughter's surgery, then something doesn't make any sense. Because if you had the money without the GoFundMe to buy the chains, that means that you had the money for the daughter's surgery without the GoFundMe. You get what I'm saying? Do you dig what I'm putting down and you're picking it up? Okay, like this man is crazy. And so he's cussing the people and dragging the people because they're snatching their coins back, as they should, because the surgery was paid for. So y'all don't need the money again. What are you mad for? And humble yourself. Like, you don't cuss out the people that gave the money. You don't know if they even really had it like that. They gave it because they thought your daughter needed something. Meanwhile, you're still over here blinged out. You didn't pawn your bracelets. You didn't pawn your necklaces. But you're asking the public for their hard-earned money. No, not acceptable. Unacceptable. Insert the lemon grab, please. Unacceptable! Just crazy. And then you're gonna cuss them out on top of it. You didn't deserve a red cent. I'm about to start a GoFundMe right now for my damn self. I'm about to start a GoFundMe right now for my damn self, okay? Because this is crazy. And I ain't gonna cuss nobody because I see the people are giving away their hard-earned cash. I'm not gonna cuss anybody. What? So the people had every right to snatch their money back from Gunplay. Because at the end of the day, if the surgery was paid for, you didn't need the money that was there anyway. They raised thousands of dollars, okay? Like thousands. I think it was in the 20s or the 40s. I'm not sure. But like, y'all swindled the folk. And my personal opinion on why the wife decided to post was probably because she was probably asking him to sell some of his jewelry so that they could have the money for the surgery. And he was probably telling her no, okay? Y'all don't understand financial abuse. You better do some damn research and Google it. Okay, because you will have a crisis and the person that has the most money in the relationship don't want to give it up, or they want to find a different way to pay for what you need. Okay, so she probably was calling out for help because she couldn't get it from her man when he's over there with the bust down. Like, that's absolutely just insane to me. Just insane. And so that's my little theory behind why the wife posted the GoFundMe to begin with. They were probably arguing about where they're gonna get the money from to pay for the thing, and he wasn't trying to let go off of none of his jewelry, when realistically, one of the main reasons that rappers have those things is for emergency purposes, okay? Yeah, it looks good, but everybody knows when times get hard, you go and you try to sell that thing and get you what your money's worth. Sell the gold off and see how much money you get back for it, okay? Like, God made a way for them out of no way. And instead of humbling himself and appreciating the fact that, well, you know what? The surgery is paid for, so why am I even mad at the people taking their money back? Take your money back. He thought he probably spent the money on the chains for Rick Ross as the thank you, and then knew that he was gonna get the money back when the GoFundMe cleared, but that didn't happen because people started snatching their money back. So now he's in the hole even further. And they probably argued about that too. Not me making up stuff about them arguing, girl. Him and his wife was probably arguing about the whole situation from top to bottom. Cause yeah, you guys look a little crazy. So, I mean, his wife is apparently gearing up to sue DJ Envy Girl, but I don't freaking know. I think the whole situation is messed up. I just hope healing and health for their daughter, and that's all we can do, okay? Now, on the topic of surgeries, I know where you think I'm headed, but we ain't getting there just yet. Rolly's BBL. I was actually very shocked when she popped out with her BBL, because Rolly from Bad Girls got a BBL, and she's also gonna be doing a few other surgeries, but my mind is just boggled at the whole entire thing because I didn't realize you could get a BBL if you were that big already. Like, I had no idea. I thought you had to, like, you know, okay, if you watch like My 600 Pound Life, they always make them lose a significant amount of weight before they can even go under the knife because it's really dangerous otherwise. So these doctors out here are very problematic, okay? I mean, I'm not a doctor, obviously. I'm sat here on the tube. This is the only tube that I know about, the YouTube. But like, these doctors are performing these surgeries taking the money knowing that these patients are high risk and they are dying on the table, you know, is very problematic. Like I said, we're gonna get into that tea in a second, and it's not even tea, it's actually very sad, but like Rolly's BBL to me is just crazy. First she did the butt, I think, and then she's supposed to like do her back, and then she's gonna do her tummy tuck. But this is the laziest fat removal process I've ever seen, because a lot of people will go work out first and dedicate that time to burning off as much fat as they can. Then there's a bunch of loose skin. So then yeah, you go and you get your loose skin removed and you tuck whatever you need to tuck after you lost the weight. But to just suck the weight out off rip and put it somewhere else and then go and cut this out and that up, to me, I'm just boggled by it, and I think it's really a bad idea. But I think that her journey is going to be showcased on Zeus. Maybe that's the show that she's gonna be having. But like, I'm flabbergasted at the fact that she was even able to go under the knife and it was safe and she's still alive and here with us. Whew. Now, obviously, one of the things that shook us over the last few weeks is the passing away of Miss Jackie O. Now, Miss Jackie O was one of the Wild 'N Out girls, and she then became the longtime girlfriend of D.Fly, where they had 3 children together. And she went to I believe Miami for a mommy makeover, and I've always kind of been here for mommy makeover because I'm just like, okay, if you have kids, maybe they be tearing the body up, okay? They just do. They really do sometimes, you know, especially if you weren't in the greatest shape when you first had children. But like, even when you are, sometimes they just do a real number on your body. Now, she just had a baby. I don't even, their kid is like maybe 8 months old, so it was way too soon for her to go under the knife, and unfortunately she did pass away. But since she passed away, there's been a lot of drama, a lot of conspiracies, and just sad as a whole. Because first of all, she's only 33. But one of the weird things about her passing away is they're calling her 32. Baby, that lady is 33. Okay, like she's 33. She was born in 89, but some places are putting that she was born in 1990 to mask the fact that she was 33 at her age of death versus 32, which is really strange. But I'm not here for the conspiracies right now. I was talking about mommy makeovers, and what is that? What the hell is that? I'm talking about mommy makeovers, and so I've always kind of been here for like the idea of a mommy makeover, and maybe not even just for like, not for myself, but like I'm here for it when other people do it, when they're like, okay, I'm done having kids, it's time to have, you know, surgery, put some of my body parts back together. Instead of all these young people going out and getting these BBLs and getting their tummies sucked out and yada yada yada, and they ain't even had not one kid yet, and they're like planning to have kids in the future. It's like, that's so stupid to get surgery before you have kids, because your body changes so much. So Miss Jackie O went for her mommy makeover, but it was definitely too soon after just having a baby to get a mommy makeover. And I think people need to really embrace whatever the right way is for you first, and then just wait it out. But I think, baby, please take a page out of Miss Rihanna's book, because she is not rushing to do no type of surgery. She's never gotten a surgery, right? Rihanna is the same as she's always been. Still has her nose, still has her eyes, still has her lip, her whole face. We've always seen Rihanna's weight fluctuate. Sometimes we see her and she's thick, sometimes we see her and she's slim, okay? And then we see her pregnant, and then we saw her after pregnancy and she was still confident and walking out with her postpartum body as she freaking should. And even with myself, I've had 3 kids, and you guys tell me all the time that I don't look like I've had 3 kids, and thank you very much for that, because you know, but like, I'm very, right now, I didn't think that I would ever be in the body that I'm in ever again, you know what I mean? Because after you have kids, like, I don't know, your body just changes so much. I think after my last pregnancy, I lost a lot of weight, but I also tend to binge eat and stuff, and so my weight fluctuates a lot as well. But like, you guys just saw my body in my last vlog. I'm wearing a bikini and like a knife and going to sleep and getting a BBL and like all these things. And then they alleged too that the doctor wasn't even board certified and all these things. It's just like, this is crazy. I feel bad mostly for the children, because they lost their mom, you know, especially their oldest child who's been with the mom the longest, the oldest, losing their mom the way that they lost her just unnecessarily, you know, it sucks. And so obviously DC, this baby is really asleep. Hold on, child. I gotta put her to bed. She's like falling off my lap. She's so heavy. But one thing about the Jackie O situation that really shocked me and had my mouth on the floor was the post by Azalea Banks. And the post was so insensitive and outlandish that Shade Room didn't even post it. I saw it, I think, on maybe Hollywood Unlocked. Shade Room did not post what Azalea Banks had said. Because unfortunately, Miss Jackie O passed away on Azalea Banks' birthday on May 31st. And Azalea Banks had a long-standing beef with Wild 'N Out, DC Young Fly, and however they did her when she was on the show. Azalea Banks and have the episode she did. Or just poor sportsmanship, like just crying, like just, and you know, we know Azalea Banks is unwell, but even though she's unwell and she always is saying something a little far-fetched, a little crazy, we know she is into her witchcraft and whatever else. But the post that she made regarding, hold on now. The post that she made regarding Miss Jackie O's death was actually beyond me. And she was pretty much making Jackie O's death about her and claiming that pretty much that she is the reason, like she witchcraft her basically. She beyond her. Okay, like what? And that it's not a coincidence that she's passing away on. And I was like, my mouth was on the floor. Like actually, not a lot of things can get my jaw to drop, but that post got my jaw to drop. I was actually stunned reading it. And like, I know people don't listen. It's too much. It's too much. And then the next thing that was insensitive or that people are not really understanding is the way that DC Young Fly is grieving, which is why the conspiracy started to roll in, claiming sacrifice, claiming Illuminati, claiming blah, 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 blah. Which, I mean, how long are we going to deny these things for? Because sometimes it sounds crazy and outlandish, and other times it doesn't. But this situation, we have to understand that people grieve differently. So like, we don't know why isn't sobbing at the funeral. I mean, we can't like compare him to Lauren London at Nipsey's funeral. Like everybody grieves differently. There's some people that like, Joan Rivers' husband died, she made a joke. Like sometimes people use whatever they're going through to convey a different message, and DC used his platform, or he used the time to speak at Jackie's funeral to talk about his faith in God. And I'm a faith girl, so I get it, but I think there could have been a better balance of what he said and, you know, speaking to actually give a proper eulogy for Jackie, if that was even her. I don't think that was her eulogy. I think he was just giving a speech. Because if that was her eulogy, girl, then yeah, I would have a problem with it too. I would have been rolling over my grave. But I don't think that was her eulogy. I think he was just speaking as her partner. And I think people are over-analyzing things. When I saw their family pictures come out a few months ago, the one I think where they're in green, when I saw those family pictures a few months ago, and I went to both of their respective pages, so this is while she's still alive, I did look at his page to see, like, are they together or are they not together? Like, it was hard to tell, you know, if they were actually together or not, or just in one of those situations where they just have children together, something like that, you know. But any post that you would see about them as a collective would always call them a couple. So I think they just lived a private life, and that was that, because it's not like her page has him plastered all over it. You don't have to post your significant other on social media, so I don't really think that that's a good judging ground anyway. But People are trying to come up with anything, you know, to pretty much claim that this was not an accident and this is how his career is gonna soar and all these things. And realistically, until I see the man's career soaring, I ain't gonna look at this man sideways. Like, huh? He doesn't have to be boo-hooing and sobbing if his significant other passes away. He's probably doing that at nighttime anyway, you know? But he doesn't have to get up there, and he probably didn't even want to give a speech, because I wouldn't want to, okay? I wouldn't want to give a speech if my significant other passed away. Like, I don't have the energy for it. So, you know what I mean? So, but that's the other side of Jackie O passing away. And then the last part is people are dragging B. Simone because B. Simone allegedly said like she's grieving and she's only posting to close friends. So if you are paying the subscription for her close friends, that's where you can find her at. But it was just like, why are you using your friend's death to promote your subscription on Instagram? Talking about your grieving. People are just weird. It's just weird. I don't know. Cause listen, I know we say it couldn't be me for a lot of things and then it ends up being us. But this is just not one of those things. If my bestie passes, I'm not gonna be posting on social media talking about I have a subscription and you can find me over there, because I'm too busy grieving to post on my main page. But I'm posting over here where you're paying for the content. Like, what? Absolutely the freak not, okay? If anything, I'm just gonna be posting on my, you know, where the money resides. I'm not gonna say I'm grieving, so come on over here. Like, that's weird behavior, and that's on period. Now, there's 2 more beefs that we gotta cover. So give me 1 minute, I'm gonna change this battery and we're gonna cover these beefs and then I'm out of here, okay? The old folk are beefing and the medium folk are beefing. Middle-aged folk are beefing. I'm gonna start with the old folk because this beef is just insane, okay? And I don't even really know if we can call it beef. So Miss Anita Baker, the Anita Baker, is beefing with Babyface and Babyface's fans. And she is on these like Twitter rants. I don't know if it's because she's old in age. I gotta Google how old Anita Baker is, because she is just like, okay, if you don't have a parent that's over 60, or if you don't know anybody over 60, girl, like I said, she's 65, okay? If you don't know anybody over 60 years of age, when they turn 60, something happens in their brain where they're just like, I'm gonna say anything I want, I'm gonna do anything I want because I've been here long enough and I'm gonna just say what I need to say. And so people over 60 act different. They move different. They treat you different, okay? So my mom is over 60 and she's very much at that stage in her life, but I feel like my mom's always kind of been that way. She gonna speak her mind, okay? Anyway, once you hit 60, you just do what you want to do, okay? And ain't nobody gonna tell you about nothing, and nobody gonna stop you from nothing because you done lived your life, all right? Now, Miss Anita Baker's 65 and she's at that stage. And so she is on Twitter, and I don't know if somebody needs to take her phone from her, one of the grandbabies, if she got any, somebody needs to take her phone from her, because she's going on these Twitter rants and like, she's letting it be known that she is the headliner and Babyface is not no co-headliner. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. He's not no co-headliner. He is a special guest, okay? There's only one headliner, and it's her, okay? And they need to put some respect on her name. Like, she is going in on Twitter and she's like tweeting all these things, so much so that Babyface was trending on freaking Twitter because of it, okay? So somebody had tweeted Miss Anita Baker and said, with all respect, did you call the Babyface a support act? LMAO. Because Anita Baker has a sold out show and she is the headliner, and it said with the legendary Babyface on the flyer. So then she responded to the person on Twitter, and she's like, first of all, if Anita Baker responds to me on Twitter, I might fall out. But like, she responds to the person on Twitter, she said, dearest one, you are not privy to the contracts. Drag it up. She said, yes, Babyface is special guest / support act on my tour. Okay, she said it's my tour, not mine and Babyface's tour. She said it's giving, he's Ice Spice. She put Babyface with Ice Spice? What? It's giving opening acts? Listen, this false narrative of a co-headliner is creating unrealistic expectations and aggression from his fans towards me. He should tell you guys the truth. That was the first tweet, okay? And the only reason I'm even bringing this up is because Anita Baker then took it there, okay? She used the N-word. Okay, so then she tweets, as you can see, some of his fans are not accepting the reality that he is contracted as a special guest / support on My Capital Tour. Some even want to hurt me. Crazy town. Okay, this is her tweet. She even used a GIF chat. So then somebody tweeted her and said, Anita Jailhouse Baker, please. Your ego dims your light and diminishes your message every time. Put some respect on people's name. That man holds more Grammys than you. I've heard you are a nasty piece of work and no one wants to work with you. Do better, songstress. And then they even posted a screenshot of the news saying Anita Baker's attorney calls lawsuit a money grab. So then Anita Baker retweeted them and said, good morning to Kenny's crazies who continue to harass. And then somebody else tweeted, but once he saw his fans attacking Miss Baker for things out of her control, he should have said something. He lets them continue to attack her on his post and he has done nothing. So then Anita retweets that one and says, Kenny's crazies are online bullies. At Babyface, please call off your fans. I have been only kind and supportive of you as the special guest / support on my tour. So then she retweeted to the other one that was talking about her ego dims her light, and she said, I fought and won, laughing emoji, that case too 20 years ago, and now I'm more successful than ever. It doesn't diminish. At Babyface, manager contracted as my special guest / support act to help expose him to my arena size and fan base. It helps him. Bye to Kenny's creepy crazy. Miss Anita, I know you are Miss Anita, okay? But Babyface is Babyface. So let's not act like Babyface needs help or exposure, baby. We know Babyface even as just a writer. We know Babyface to know Babyface. Mariah Carey said, Babyface, oh no, what'd she say? Bobby Womack on the radio. Oh, then I hear Babyface on the radio, then Bobby Womack on the radio, sing if you think you're lonely now, wait a minute, this is too deep. Okay, everybody knows Babyface. So Miss Anita Baker, child, and I ain't gonna hold you. The generation that actually knew Miss Anita Baker, they're getting up there in age. Some of them have even transitioned. So as big as a star as Miss Anita Baker is, more people actually probably know Babyface than they do Miss Anita Baker. And that's why she needs to humble herself. However, she's valid to feel upset if Mr. Babyface is not telling his fans that he is contracted as a special guest and he's not a co-headliner. Because if they are having unrealistic expectations and he's not addressing them and they're attacking her for it, well, he needs to address them and make a statement, and hopefully everybody sees it, but everybody's not going to see it. So it's like neither here nor there at this point. I see why she's upset, but she needs to not try to play like Babyface is Ice Spice. Like, no. So then somebody else tweeted, right? Not being funny. She's never acted funny with sharing a stage with another artist, but as you stated, we're always coming to see Anita Baker. That's it. That's all. They can feel and take it how they want. They're not stopping no show. And then Anita says, there's a white man behind these grown black men harassing me and gaslighting my fans because he can't take over this tour. So he wants to destroy it. Kenny, crazy narcissist at Babyface, call off your boys. So I mean, I can't tell if she's calling Babyface a narcissist or if she's calling Babyface's fans narcissist or what she's even trying to say here. Some of the stuff is worded weird because, like I said, the lady is 65. She don't be knowing how to use Twitter properly, but that's neither here nor there. The fact of the matter is she keeps adding Babyface and telling Babyface he needs to do this, that, and the third and make it clear that he is actually just contracted as a special guest and he's not a co-headliner. So that, I guess that means that he can't perform. It means that he can only maybe do a little bit of his normal set. If it were his own tour, he could do whatever, you know, but this beef is weird. Now, it's never gonna be a tea video without the max amount of beef in the pot. So Jocelyn Hernandez and Big Lex were just in a squabble backstage at the Floyd Mayweather John Gotti III fight. What? Listen, the footage from the fight is crazy. I hope Jalen inserts it. but like too much was happening and it was extra chaotic. And this is coming off of like a few days ago, Jocelyn was crying at a show because it was her first time performing sober. As alleged, Jocelyn has Jocelyn has used cocaine in the past, and apparently she's clean. So she was at a show performing and she was sober. Then a few days later at the fight, at the Floyd Mayweather fight, she is backstage acting the ass. And I had to think, did this lady relapse? Because baby, they didn't arrested her and everything. The fight was crazy. Jalen, please insert the clips, child. You can't not let these people see this fight.
Get off it! Get off it!
She was doing her big one on Miss Big Leg. She was taking off her little boot. I mean, not her boot, her shoe. She was stomping on her, all kinds. And she looks a royal mess in her mugshot. She got, ooh, child, they didn't give her 4 charges. 1 for battery, 1 for trespassing, 1 for battery, another 1 for battery. The 4th one was for resisting an officer. So obstructing with violence. How they finna lock her up. Okay, well, there's no bond posted as yet, but I'm sure she'll be out soon. But like, a mess. When people, especially celebrities and stuff, like they have children and they go and they act crazy like this, I'm always like pondered, like, how are you still carrying on like this when you have a whole ass baby? Where did they do that at? Like, y'all will not catch me in these streets like fighting, doing coke, nothing. This is crazy, like crazy behavior. And then in the video, the girl that threw the drink on Jocelyn starts running for her life. Ooh, it's a key, but like a mess. Anyway, you guys, that's it for this tea video. I feel rusty, like rusty. I haven't done tea in so long. It didn't even feel natural. I gotta get back into the swing of things, girl. But if there's any tea that I missed, and I mean, how could I miss tea? Because this video is so long. I hope nothing was unfolding as I was recording this video. Otherwise, we're in some hot water. But I love you all so much. If there's any tea that you want my opinion on, girl, drop it in the comment section below. I love you all so much. Join my membership. Make sure you join at least the bougiest tier, because the first tier is going to give you a bag. The second tier is going to give you early access to videos that are going to be on the main page, like this one. Then the third tier is going to give you what the third tier are going to give you, girl? Oh, it's going to give you exclusive content. It's gonna give you bougie village meetings. We're trying to get back into the swing of things. We had one the other day. I'm gonna try to do one probably this week or next week. And that's pretty much a Zoom call with me and a bunch of the girls that are in the membership. And then the 4th tier up, which is bougiest ever, is the tier where you get all that I just listed, plus you get your Discord. So I love you all so much, and I will definitely see you in the next one.